Cholesterol is a waxy fat-like substance that is found in all the cells in your body. Your body needs some cholesterol to make hormones, vitamin D, and substances that help you digest foods. Your body makes all the cholesterol that you need. Hello everyone, welcome back to Ifechi Health and Wellness. Today, I want us to briefly look at cholesterol because people hear, oh, my cholesterol is high, I have a high cholesterol, and they don't really fully understand what this means. So I'm just going to use like a layman's term to describe this. But the bottom line is to check with your medical doctor, but I'm just going to give an overview today, just to give us a bit idea of what's going on, because a lot of people are now having high cholesterol, and high cholesterol can be very dangerous. We have good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. I'm going to come to that. As I said, cholesterol is very necessary in the body, but too much of it in the blood can increase the risk of heart problems. A person with a high level of blood cholesterol has a high risk of developing heart disease, including heart attacks. What are actually the signs? Let's talk about the signs that you have a high cholesterol before we talk about the types of cholesterol and the one that needs to be high and that one that needs to be low. People can develop symptoms of heart disease, stroke, or atherosclerosis in other blood vessels, such as left-sided chest pain, pressure, fullness, dizziness, unsteady gait, slurred speech, or pain in the lower legs. Any of these conditions or signs may be linked to high cholesterol, and each requires medical check right away. It's not one size fits all. All these things I've just listed here may be signs of other things. So the first thing is, when you have any signs or symptoms or related to what I just mentioned now, you need to check it out. And what are the causes? What actually causes high cholesterol? It is mainly caused by eating fatty food, which unfortunately a lot of fatty food everywhere, fry-ups, processed food, all those things. So eating a lot of them and not exercising enough. A lot of people have sedentary roles, or even if they don't have sedentary roles or jobs, they tend to be sedentary because they are sitting down watching one thing or the other, or using their computer or using their phones, and they don't move as they should. Also, being overweight, smoking, and drinking too much alcohol can all increase your cholesterol. It can also run in families, but from what I researched, about 1 in 250 people has what is called familial hypercholesterolemia. Tongue twister, isn't it? And this is an inherited condition. That means that their cholesterol levels are higher than normal from birth. This is caused by abnormal gene, and despite it putting people at risk of early heart attack, most of them don't even know that they have it. This is passed down through families in the genes, and without treatment, this kind of high cholesterol, familial high cholesterol, can lead to heart disease at a very young age. Sometimes people will just develop heart disease or pass away, collapse and pass away with very high cholesterol, and you'll be wondering why. And it's not because they're not eating right, but because they have this gene in them to have a high cholesterol. And from what I looked at, there is no cure for familial hypercholesterolemia. Treatment aims to reduce the person's risk of coronary artery disease and heart attack, and may include dietary changes, looking at low cholesterol foods, and then increase their fiber and increase their exercise. There's nothing, unfortunately, that can be done for people with these genes in them, but to treat them. What they can be done for them, obviously, you can put them on appropriate medication, but another thing that they can do to help themselves a lot would be to change their diet, to increase their exercise, to do what they've got to do. But the important thing is to identify that this person have this gene in them. And once you know the reason for your high cholesterol, then you'll be able to work at it. As the study says, there's no cure, but you can do things to help yourself. So I thought I needed to put this in for us to know, so that when some people have high cholesterol, it's not because of how they feed, it's just because they were born like that. When a blood test is taken to check your cholesterol levels, the result will supposed to show the total cholesterol, which here in the UK is measured differently in millimoles, and some other places like Nigeria, maybe in America, is measured in milligram per deciliter. But all in all, the readings comes out to be the same anywhere. So when it comes to cholesterol, as I say, there are two kinds. We have the overall cholesterol, which here in the UK should be 5.5 millimole or lower. But there's HDL and LDL. HDL, which is the good cholesterol, it carries the LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, away from your arteries and back to the liver, where the LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, is broken down and passed from the body. But the HDL, which is the good cholesterol, doesn't completely eliminate LDL cholesterol. Only 1/3 to 1/4 blood cholesterol is carried away by HDL. Now, all this HDL, LDL, just know that HDL is the good cholesterol and it should be higher. Ideally, for people who are measuring it in milligram per deciliter, it should ideally be over 60 for the HDL. And the bad cholesterol should be below 100 milligram per deciliter. And the total cholesterol for people who are measuring in milligram per deciliter should be below 200. And once your doctor checks your blood, does your blood works and notices this cholesterol, they will now check which is higher and which is lower. The good cholesterol, as I say, should be higher. The higher levels, the better. And for the bad cholesterol, which is the LDL, the lower, the better. We have to keep an eye on our cholesterol, starting by watching what we eat. A lot of heart diseases and heart conditions are being diagnosed at the moment, and it's on the increase because of the type of food and lifestyle that we live. So please keep an eye on what you eat. Keep an eye on your cholesterol. What I'm giving you here is just basic, just for you to start exercising your mind, start thinking about these things. I'm not giving you anything that is drastic for you to go and, oh, that is what I said. No, because I'm not an expert in this, but I have interest in health because of my background. So when I hear about some of these things rising, I'll bring it here to our attention. I may talk about more things regarding cholesterol in my next video, but for now, this is just a quick video to give this quick update about cholesterol and tell you about the good and bad cholesterol. Thank you so much for watching. Please look after your general health. Very, very important. We can't overemphasize on that. I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye and God bless.